Good evening, friends. Good evening and welcome to Little Port Christian Spiritualists this wonderful Thursday evening, my friends. Welcome along. Thank you for coming. Well done to all of the members of the Healing and Meditation Circle for surviving something that you don't usually get, which is an extra 10 minutes of my voice yakking in your ear. Well done. But seriously, keep up the good work. Thank you all for supporting the Healing Circle. And tell your friends, drag them along, blindfold them and drag them kicking and screaming. Healing is the most important part of what we do in this way of life. And so therefore, the more we can encourage into that healing vein, the better the world will be. Tonight, of course, is a demonstration of mediumship and a service thereof. And of course, to do that every week, we have a different medium. And we got a different one tonight, that's for sure. Please welcome a very dear friend of mine, and probably the one who's known me the longest in the room other than me mother. Please welcome the one and only Greg Pettit. So tonight is much like any other, although there will be some twists and turns. We will have our usual order of service with prayers, philosophy, healing, readings, and of course, mediumship, the proof that life is indeed eternal. And I welcome and say hello to everyone at home. I've seen there's quite a few of you online tonight watching, so say hello, join in, have a conversation between yourselves, because you can just ignore me. Most people do. And, engage with each other, because community is what a church is all about. It's not about bricks and mortar. It's not about rules. It's not even about prayers. It's about building communities and coming together in common cause and intent. And that, so long as we do that, will make the world a better place. But of course, in terms of our service tonight, we begin in pretty much the same way we always do, by opening in prayer. Tonight, I would like to ask to lead us with our opening prayer, our medium tonight, Greg Pettit.
Heavenly Father, a prayer of thanks for this evening, the gathering of like-minded souls in this, your wonderful temple of life. A prayer at this time, the trials and tribulations of the week may be left behind us. And as always, I ask that I'm a true and accurate instrument of your communication. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Greg. That was a bit of a save, wasn't it? Forgot myself there. Now is the time in our evening where we go through some notices. It'd be nice if I could actually see you, wouldn't it? There you go, that's better. I'm standing here squinting, figuring, why is everyone all blurry? There you go, put your glasses on, you might find out. Some notices. There is only one notice. Because we are close to the end of the month, there's not that much to share other than, first and foremost, to let you know that our medium next week will be Linda with a Y Rose. Our Sunday service, which is usually on the last Sunday of the month, has changed. It isn't this Sunday, it's next Saturday. A bit of a technical issue, bit of a conflicting diary booking. And so we've moved it. So it will be next Saturday. So it'll be literally on the last day of the month. So we're not doing you out of anything. The online service will still be there. And of course, well done to everyone who came to Drum on Sunday. What a wonderful, wonderful gathering that was. Really, really uplifting and wonderful, and a wonderful start to the healing course by Tony as well. So thank you all for being a part of that. I know not everybody could make it, but there's still plenty of time. And that really is the notices. So I suppose Now would be a good time to move on to the philosophy. Sorry, I'm not really. Sometimes philosophy is important in words. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. And sometimes you can demonstrate something with an action rather than words. Now, I'm sure many of you realise that I was mucking about. But what would have happened if I'd have kept on walking? What would you have done? They'd have twisted your arm. There is an old saying, my friends, you don't know what you got until it's gone. What I just did was demonstrate it in a bit of a witty way, but it's a very serious subject. Because, my friends, life is full of moments. Moments where you can come together and be joyful. Moments where you can gather and connect. And when you connect with people you care about, you should make every moment count. This is the one failing of this way of life. We talk about making advantage and taking advantage of every moment while we've got it. But do we? My friends, the world is full of people that are friends in waiting. Your life is full of people that you care about. Surely we should not be in a position where we don't know what we've got until we've lost it, but actually live each moment like I'm about to walk off the platform. Live each moment making new and wonderful memories. Wonderful memories are what sustain us. And I promise you, you can never make enough. And every moment of your life is an opportunity to make happy memories, fond memories, connect with the people that you care about. Single someone out for being late and say, hello! Hey, darling. But it brings a smile to all involved. That'll be something you can remember with a bit of fun. You can never make enough memories, so never stop trying to make them. And always remember that if we sit there and say, we don't know what we've got until it's gone, you didn't take advantage of what you'd got enough. Enjoy each other's company. Enjoy each other's presence. Connect and parallel and live and love and laugh. And go together and hug a tree. Because, my friends, life may be short, but our opportunities are plentiful. Take advantage of every moment to make memories, to connect, and show that true compassion has no regret. Thank you all for listening. God bless you all. And now this time I really am done. Thank you for listening. And so now, my friends, we will endeavour to see if there is any parallels between the philosophy and the reading. I trust the Spirit. I'm sure there will be. So please welcome for our reading tonight, yes, of course, Reverend Eunice, over to you.
Good evening, everybody. Hello there online. Normally, when I write something, it's about things that have happened, either to me or in the world. And this one tonight is no different. We try so hard to make things right, to mend the broken-hearted, to heal the sick, to bring them joy, with help from those departed. Blessed I am, because I have seen the results of what you can do. Last Sunday proved a lot to me. I am so very proud of you. For those of you who were not there, please believe me when I say 18 people healing. It was special on that day. Never say, I cannot heal. Just try it, you will see. With a little help and guidance, from pain you can be free. Anyone can do this, a spirit always here. Just ask for it to be given. Soon everything becomes clear. On Monday, Tony gave healing to a dog. He had serious problems moving. Its legs were like a log. He asked Spirit to assist him, for them to take the pain away. Within minutes it was scratching, the most movement seen all day. Another gift was given. That's how it's meant to be. You too can pass that gift of help. Just try it and you'll see. Our job is not to teach you, but to help you understand that with a little guidance, you can give that healing hand. Now that's the verse. Now, I'd just like to elaborate on that for a moment. I never wrote this for Tony to get any glory out of this at all, because he'll be the first to tell you it's not him. But this little dog, it's a show dog, and it could barely walk. It had been to the vets, had different tests. The woman who owns it works with Tony, and she, in discussion one day, found out what he does here. And between them, they decided he was going to see if he could help it. So he went over Monday night. Within minutes, the dog was, like I say, was scratching and was moving about a little bit better. The next day, it was a little more improved. And then she took it to the vets again, not knowing what to expect, because when she left the time before, she thought that might be near the end or it might need an operation. But when she took it this time, the vet tested it, and he said, there's a marked improvement in this dog. I think we won't do any more at the moment. We'll just see how it gets on. And since then, it's been running around the garden like a 2-year-old. So what I'm saying is, always try it. You never know what you can do until you try. Thank you.
Yes, first and foremost, I think that definitely did cross over. Secondly, you know that she isn't doing it to get any kudos for Tony, because his face said, stop talking about me. And so, unless it was an important example, you'd have been beat up by now by him, I'm sure. Verbally, I'm sure, of course. But no, seriously, I agree. I totally agree. Just try. On all that we've spoken about, on everything that we do. Give it a go. Completely agree. Thank you, Eunice, for a wonderful reading and an even better story. And we will continue to send healing to our four-legged friend too, as well. So now is the time in our evening where we have healing, and we have healers in the room. So to lead us in that, I will now hand over to the man himself, our healing leader, Tony. Please welcome Tony.
Why, thank you. From the healing book, Paul the Bald Baker, John Stratton, Jeff, Sherry Ann, and Sarah, and lest I dare forget, Nellie the little dog.
And also Celtic Rose Medium.
Oh, yes, of course. I nearly forgot. He did tell me earlier. Celtic Rose, the medium, who's not very well at all. So get better soon. Quite simply, as ever, if you would like some healing, raise a hand. Oh, good, nobody. Oh, one. How dare you? If you'd like some healing, raise a hand, please. If not, my whole evening is wasted.
There you go. 1, 2, 3.
Fine. If you're prepared to give some healing, please go to where there is a hand raised. Now. Thank you. Just a few words from me as ever. Great Spirit, would you please send your healing powers down through our healers and on to the recipients who have requested it. And at the very same time, please protect them from anything they don't want to receive. And it is absolutely true that the more we do this, greater the power becomes. And the more of you that do it together, even greater power it becomes. So healers, you have 3 minutes from now.
Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. They sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now.
Thank you, healers. If you can just draw yourselves back, say the thanks you need to say. Before I hand over to our medium, just a word. I haven't had the word from Nick yet, but I'm sure if our friends who have been visitors to us recently from Europe and further afield are online, then it's nice to know.
And I will say hello to Anastasia, who says amen. Yes, hello. Hello to everyone at home, actually. There's a few more on than usual tonight. I wonder why that is. But yes, you're always welcome to join us online. You can't get a message. It's what these guys have paid the £3 for at the end of the day. But being part of the community really is important to us. So there we are. I agree. And yes, hi Anastasia. Friends, now is the time in our service when I am going to formally hand over the rest of the evening to our very dear friend Greg. Should he come to you, you know the drill by now. Yes, no, don't know. Don't feed the medium, he'll have your hand off. He will especially. If the curtains start twitching and the chairs start spinning all over the place, get your camera out and take a video of it. You might make a fortune. And no, show me the way out, because I don't do that sort of thing. But most importantly, send your love and light out. Ask your friends and helpers to draw close, and send your loving thoughts to Greg and say, as I say at least, please welcome our medium tonight, Greg Pettit.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's always lovely to come back to this lovely place where I'm always made so welcome. And of course, it's Nick and I go back a long time, sort of 20 years. Yeah, but there we go, showing me age now. I'm sure you've all been to a spiritual service before. So for those who haven't seen me work before, I'm what's known as clairsentient. I don't physically hear spirit with these ears. I don't see him physically with these eyes. I get drawn to somebody in the congregation. Then hopefully somebody comes for a chat. They give me names, date, pictures, and they do have a sense of humour. All I ask is, as Nick said, yes or no. If everybody can listen, because sometimes the spiritual sat-nav can be off and I can be totally in the wrong place. But I've got to come and work with this young lady straight in front of me. Can I work with you, please? Okay. I do have a lady coming close, and I feel it's a lady that's probably 2 generations back. It's a grandmother type feel. She's not that particularly tall, she's this sort of height, and she isn't of large build either. And she's taken her time coming in. You couldn't rush this lady. You know, she's, yeah. And she just said, well, do you want to? So she said, just wait a minute, I'm not ready yet. So she, this is the way she's saying. She worked at her own pace, this lady, yeah? She's making me laugh. She said, you know, girl, she says, people tell you to pull your finger out and get on with it. She said, but don't do you any good. She's a real live wire, this one. I mean, she's... What I like about this lady, she never said anything she didn't mean. Yeah, you understand this? Very, very deliberate in the way she spoke. If she said something, she meant it. If she made a promise, she kept it. Yeah? If she thought we were out of order, she'd tell you. You knew exactly where you stood with this lady. Yeah? I don't know why, they're showing me a map of France for some unknown reason. I don't know if you... well, I know we just got the D-Day things. I don't know why they're showing me a map of France. So whether somebody's going on holiday or there's a connection with France, I don't know. Oh, right, you understand what it is. Yeah. I've got to give you the name of Mabel. Why do they give me Mabel? Oh, right. But do you understand Mabel Fault? Up near Skeggy? Oh, right. I don't know why. They'll take me to that part of the East Coast for some unknown reason. I've got a gentleman joining the lady who's got a bit of a wicked sense of humour. I feel they're on the same generation, so they may have been part of me like a grandfather and grandmother type feel. And he's making me laugh because he says the south of France is much better than Skeggy. Does this sound like, yeah, it's his sort of humour. I don't think he'd ever got him to France, you know, but yeah, you know, he liked his own comforts. He's making me laugh. He reminds me of my grandfather. He was a bit like Compo. Yeah, because he's got braces holding his trousers up. He's got his wellies on, and he's got the tops rolled down, and he's got his sleeves rolled up. You know, and he's a little bit bigger build than me. There's a few words I couldn't use. He's got a choice turn of language, yeah, which I don't use in a church, you know. But it wouldn't have stopped him. No, it certainly wouldn't have stopped him. You know, he would have said the way things were. You know, it's black and white with him. Yeah, he's telling me he could be a pain in the bottom. Yeah. He never meant any harm. He just told it as he see it. Yep, told it as he see it. But the wonderful thing about this gentleman as well, you could have an argument with him, but he wouldn't fall out with you. you know, we'll agree to disagree. Mine's a pint. And this is the way he was, yeah? And I'd name of Bert called as well. Bert. I don't know where Bert fits. If you're not sure, that's fine. I've had a year when everybody comes and stands on this side and gives me the name. Nobody understands. And it's getting a bit annoying, but that's, yeah. All right, think about that. This lady and gentleman here, yeah? Anyway. They're giving me memory links of the Goon Show. Yeah? Because they would like that sort of humour. And they show me Spike Milligan in particular. And they give me the song I'm Going Backwards to Christmas, which is a very Spike Milligan type thing. Yeah? But it's just something, he liked that sort of humour, you know, and that sort of daft thing. And the one thing he's saying, I never meant anybody any harm in all my life. Yeah? And, you know, he's just happy to go along with the flow. I've got somebody here saying he'll have a pint of brown and mild, so I don't know who that was. Yeah, so you understand who the gentleman is, okay. So there's a little bit of evidence that they're given to who they are. I've also been given a name George, that's coming on this side, that's annoying. And I've got to give you George as well, so I don't know where that fits. But yeah, okay, that's fine. He's moaning. And again, there's a choice turn of, he's telling me he's got the budgie. Yeah. Yeah, you understand this. But he's moaning about it. Yeah? And he's still moaning about it. Yeah, so you understand who this, yeah? I thought, you know. But he does come in with lots and lots and lots and lots of love. But give me the name of Callum. But Callum, down here. Just watch out for it, is what I said. Yeah? Just watch out for it. And they also want to let you know, you've been sending some healing thoughts and prayers out. I feel to somebody down here who's quite poorly. And I think she's of your generation as well. Yeah, you understand this? And she's saying your prayers have been heard. And we will do what we can do. Yeah? And we will make you as comfortable as possible, is what they're saying. Yeah? And they say, keep up the thoughts and prayers. Yeah? I've got to give you a song, a memory link. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah, I don't know why. I've got somebody here. I've got a gentleman on your generation who's now in the spirit world. And I think he would have been liked a little bit of the wacky backy and other stuff. It may have just been somebody you met in the pub or spoke to in the shop. I don't know. But, you know, I get the feeling when he was here, he was spaced out most of the time. Yeah? So, I'm being drawn to a shop. So, yeah, a shop. Like the colour, you know, that sort of thing. It's almost like somebody you spoke to in the shop at some time. I'm not sure who he is, but he's obviously you've been in this way of life for a while, and what he's telling me, he thought you were bonkers, but now knows you're not. Yeah, yeah, and that's what he's saying. So God bless you and thank you for working with me. Oh, it's always difficult when you get off the start. Isn't it? Why are we going now? Yeah, I can come to this lovely gentleman. Hello, what are you, please, sir? Yes. Okay, that's fine. As I link with you, somebody just give me the name of Joe as well. Joe. Joe. Yeah. Okay. But I do have a gentleman, in a way, has got a beard like you that's just come and stood beside me. I'm not sure who this gentleman is, but you're very similar in facial features. So I don't know whether this is a father or a grandfather or whatever. You know, he's showing himself as very young, which he wouldn't necessarily been young when he went to spirit, but he's coming in and showing himself He said, the thing about me, I was always young at heart and I never acted my age. Yeah? Okay. I don't know why, they're taking me towards the last week of September for a birthday, a passing, or an anniversary. I think it's a birthday. We're talking about September, end of September. And I'm also going into the middle of March, around about the 15th or 16th. And there's a lady coming in as well here now, and I know March is important because she's bringing daffodils. And this is more of a grandmotherly type feel. He's not sure. All right, that's fine. When they give me these little bits of information, it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. You have to put it together. It's the way they work. He's quite funny. Would you understand, he's teasing me a bit, known as Honest Joe, and he's going like that with his finger, so I'm not quite sure whether he always had an odd little fiddle going on. Do you understand this? Okay, so we understand who this gentleman is. But he comes in there, there was never any harm in it. It was just a few pennies here and there, oh, I've got a few extra things here, a few eggs or odd chicken or pheasant or something, He said, we had to do what we had to do. Yeah, we had to do what we had to do. He's making me aware of somebody who had an interest in, not so much if they had an interest in photography, but somebody was shown a photograph where perhaps there was a spirit person in the photo as well. Yeah, okay. This is what they're telling me. Yeah? And he's just saying, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. That's the way it is. Can't make it up. So I'm not fibbing to you. He said, but it gets awfully dry over there, because I think he liked a little bit of a... Yeah, he did, didn't he? It's awfully dry over there, he says. You can't get a drink for love nor money. This gentleman used to like his sleep, I think. But he's making me... I get the funny feeling, actually, from this gentleman. He would have been up in the early hours of the morning doing a little bit of poaching here and there as well. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. Because he's moaning because he can't get no sleep over there, and he's laughed. He said, we don't need it, he says. But he's given me Joe again, so I've got to give you Joe. And I don't know why. I've got somebody here who would have gone across to Egypt at some time. They might have been across at Suez in the forces or the army. If you're not sure of that, I know I'm just about to move. So, why has he come in? Again, he's a person who would have thought this was all a load of rhubarb, or the stuff you put on it. Yeah? This is very much what he's saying. How gone can you be, he says. Yeah, so have I. And I've got to give you the name of Charlie as well. Charles or Charlie, yeah. Okay. Well, they're showing me a person down the pub playing dominoes. Yeah. It's there somewhere. It will come back. And they've also given me the name of Jack as well. So I've got to give you Jack. Well, that's all right. I have that problem when I'm doing this. It's the equivalent of that medium baby brain. It totally goes. Take a love of Uncle Joe, and God bless you and thank you for working with me. Yeah, where am I going now? I've got to come to the lady who's sitting there, very patient with the nice pink shoes on. Can I work with you, please, darling? I've got a lady here, and she's a lovely, grandmotherly, great grandmotherly like lady, and she certainly likes her pink shoes. Do you think they're Bobby Dazzlers, she says. I've got this lady who wants to come in and do this to you. Just grab hold of your cheek like that and just give it a squeeze. I don't know who she is. I've been given the name of Shirley as well, so I don't know why Shirley links around the family. You're not sure about that one? Okay. Let's see what we can... I've got a lady here, and she's showing me sewing, but she's also showing me darning socks. It's very much a, you know, she was very much a mend and make do lady, because that's what we had to do. Yeah. And it's almost as she was also a lady who would have taught you these skills. Yeah, and you understand this. Don't get used so much now, but you know. And she's also showing me one of these old-fashioned sewing machines with a handle that you turn, the old Singer, yeah. But that's, you know, that's what she did. You have it now, so you understand this. Okay, that's great. I don't know why she's talking about curtains. Is it you that are thinking about putting some curtains or changing the curtains? She's talking about what? Oh, right. I've got the wrong end of the stick. Right. She's talking about somebody who, when they were here, thought when it was curtains, you did, and that was it. Yeah? But now knows the end. She got a wonderful smile. A wonderful smile. She's showing me. Do you understand the person who used to have the soft toffees? Used to a person in the spirit world that used to have a bag of soft toffees. You think so? But then there's another person. I think this is a lady now who's got because they're saying the toffees didn't agree with the false teeth, which is why they went for the soft ones. Yeah, you understand where that fits? Okay. And they're just laughing. I've got them all back now, of course. They said, you know. They said there's a pain coming and a pain came. But you don't like the dentist, do you? No. Who does? You know. Yeah. No. You know, who pays the vast amount of money it costs you, and it's painful as well. You know, if you're unlucky. Does that come in with lots and lots of love for you? I've got the name of Diane called as well for some reason. Diane, yeah. That's fine. Okay, all right. Give me Sarah Ferguson. Right, the lady in the spirit world is one way or the other. She used to follow the royal family. Yeah, because she gave me Diane, which is obviously Princess Diane, and then she gave me Sarah Ferguson. So I said, well, okay, they're obviously royal family. So she would have liked to see what was going on. Yeah. She was very forgiving in such things, you know. They don't deserve the grief that they're given, is what she was saying. This is her opinion. And, you know, it's open for debate, that one, you know. Oh, I got a sweet tooth. Oh, tell you what, I've had one of these since I was a kid. She's given me an old-fashioned Chelsea bun, which is full of sugar and sugar. I mean, I buy one out of Waitrose. They ain't got nowhere near as enough sugar and sweetness what we used to buy at the bakers down the road where I lived, you know. And she's also given me the smell of fresh bread. Yeah, and she's showing me in particular. You've got memory links of going to the bakers and getting real fresh bread. It's so hot you'll carry it home, and it's sort of, you know, absolute. And the smell is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. Oh dear, that really is taking me back. It's taking me back 60 plus years. That is. She comes in with lots of love for you, darling. Yeah. It says, you know, my darling, all you've got to be is yourself, because you can't be anything else. And if anybody expects you to be anything other than yourself, tell them to sing the book. Yeah? But I've got to give you Pat as well. Pat or Patricia? She's talking about a friend. Maybe a friend of hers rather than a friend of you. Yeah? And I've also been given the name of Ken as well. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Then I know they're all linked together. Yeah? No, they're just stepping back. They come in with lots and lots of love for you. And they're just saying that if you feel somebody breathing on the back of your neck, just gently, or just playing with your hair, that's them. Yeah, so that's just our calling card. Just acknowledge them, and they're there for your protection. Yeah, and they come in with lots and lots and lots of love for you. So God bless you and thank you for working with me. Right, where am I going now? Oh, I've got to come to Tony. They tell me I've got to go to Tony. Can I work with you, sir? Am I? Okay. Well, I do have a North American Indian standing behind you, believe it or not. Hello. And they're telling me, you're very surprised to be where you are doing what you're doing. Yeah? Despite your reluctance, it is right. It is your destiny. Yeah? I do have a gentleman coming in now, and this, again, I'm not sure if it's father or grandfather type gentleman. He's quite short. He's this sort of height. It looks like 2 generations back, because he's coming in like a 3-piece suit and a flat cap. And he sort of, you know, boy, he says, this seems all like a load of mumbo jumbo to me. You know, it's that sort of feeling I get with him. You know, this gentleman also, I think, would have smoked like a trooper. Certainly would have rolled a few fags. Yeah, and smoked a few fags as well. I've been given the name of John. It's a common name. I've got to give you John. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I've got 2 A sounding names. The first one I believe is Albert. And the second one, I wasn't quite sure, but I think it was Aubrey. Not sure. Okay, I did say I wasn't sure about that, because you know, if 2 people speak at once, it confuses me terribly. So if that's wrong, that's fine. I'll take it home with me. I do have a lady joining them, and I know March is important. I've got more daffodils in front of me. And she's been very aware of, she loves flowers, this lady. She loves flowers. And there's some of these, I think the hyacinths. Hyacinths? Yeah, I don't know what the one looks like. But she loves the smell of flowers. Yeah, loves the smell of flowers, this lady. And she also tells me sometimes you have smells around you. Yeah, and tobacco and flowers, yeah? So it's both of them coming in, and that's you acknowledging what it is, yeah? Okay. And I've got to give you a grey wolf. Literally, I've just seen a grey wolf walking around beside you, yeah? In my third eye, anyway. So, but they come in with lots and lots of love for you, Tammy, yeah? Yeah, and my guy, well, one of the guides that works with me, called Grey Wolf, he just come round the back of you to stand like this. So if you find yourself like you are now, with your arms crossed, that's because he's standing behind you. He's coming with your strength, you know. And that's a calling card of his, and he's very interested in healing. So if you suddenly find yourself, you know, about to start to heal and you're like that, you know who it is, yeah? So God bless you. And thank you for work. I've got to go to units, they tell me. Okay, I've got to units. Can I work with you, please, darling? Okay, right. I don't know why, they're going into the first week in October. Birthday, passing, anniversary. And they draw me to around about the 4th or 5th. Not sure of that. Thinking about that one. If that makes sense, just hang on to it. I do have a lady coming in, and again, I feel this is a grandmotherly type. Somebody's got her wedding rings. This lady is telling me someone's got her wedding rings. Sorry? Okay. She's making me aware of, like, the family was like there and there, like together but not together. Does that make sense? Yeah. And she says she's found on that side of life things that should have been said on this side of life have had to be said there. A bit Irish? It's like things should have been sorted out down here before they had to sort it out when they got there. This is what she's saying. I'm not sure what she's talking about. Okay. And I've got to give you the name of Ted as well. Ted or Edward. Okay. And they're also going into the first week of July as well. Around about the 7th and 8th. Yep, okay, that's fine. I've got to give you the name of Mark as well, a younger gentleman. You've sent some healing thoughts to at times. I've got a gentleman here, and the one thing, I've not got much of the gentleman, but he's got a small Jack Russell on the lead. You don't understand this? It says, this may just be somebody that you've sent a healing thought out to. Because they're saying, we know what you're like. You know, if you see an ambulance go by, you send them thought and prayer out. If you see a family of a funeral procession going by, you send them thought and prayer out. Yeah? And this is a person who you may not have known, but you sent a thought and prayer out. And one thing I'm very conscious of, he's got this Jack Russell on the lead. If you're not sure, that's fine. He's coming in to thank you for the healing that you've sent out from a complete stranger. Yeah? And this is that. Thank you for the healing. And I also want to give you an interest and a connection in the past. I feel, we were talking about reincarnation earlier, weren't we? To Egypt. Do you understand this? It's like you have they're showing me like pyramids. And also, you know, it's almost in a past life, you would have a connection or an interest in that. You don't know. Well, this is what they're giving me, so I have to give you this. They're also giving me, oh, okay. I've got Francis here now as well. Yeah, yeah. And you understand Francis. I know he wants me to come over there in a minute. So he's saying, you know he's about. Yeah? 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 Okay. He's got a sense of humour. He's saying, I never realised that there's this much fun haunting people, he says, you know. But he's not. He's, you know, he's being helpful and bringing healing energies and that through as well. He's also telling me he was always the one left behind to clear up the mess. Yeah? Okay. Well, he said he knew his place. Yeah? But he is making me laugh. I mean, I know exactly what it is now because I've just seen him. A wonderful gentleman sadly missed. Yeah? Oh, I've just got Wendy popped in as well. So I've got Wendy here as well. They're all here tonight, aren't they? Yeah. I thought the world of Wendy, you know. But they all come in to congratulate on what you're doing to keep these doors open. Yeah? And I've also got the name of Tom called for you as well. So I don't know why Tom fits in that equation. No, that's not me. They're just standing back. They come in with lots and lots of love for you. But you've also, I've got a very beautiful Indian American lady standing behind you with very long dark hair. And this is also a lady, I feel, that is healing is with you. Yeah. So keep an eye out for them. Yeah. So God bless you and thank you for working with me. Can I come to? Yeah. He's obviously here. He said, I'm always here, he says. He says, it seems like yesterday when he was here, but it's not. And it still hurts. And you understand this. He said, but look at what you two have achieved, he says. He said, in keeping these doors open. Yeah? he said, you've achieved so much. It wasn't necessarily his bag, but it'd always be the one coming in to set the chairs up and pack them up. Yeah, you understand this? Very much a person who had been a hard worker all his life. Yeah, you know, shift work, very punctual, very on time, but not being late, you know. And again, you knew where you stood with this gentleman. You know, there's no, you know, it's black and white, and that's the way it is. Yeah. I've got to give you Sam or Samantha as well down here, I feel. Yeah? He's given me memory links because he's showing me when he had his quite a full beard, didn't he? But he's making me memory links of a younger child down here. I think it was a girl. I don't know if it was a grandchild or sort of whatever, but giving this girl a hug and a cuddle and rubbing his beard again. She hated it. Yeah, you understand who this was? I wasn't the young lady who was here earlier, was it?
Was it? She did use it.
Oh, right. So you understand this as well. But he's right as an ointment over there, you know, and he says, you've got plenty of life left in you yet, girl, he says. Got plenty of life left in you yet, girl. I've got to give you memory links of looking out the window and watching the foxes. Do you understand this? Foxes. Yeah, you understand this? Yeah? And it's almost like having a little daydream. And they said, but when you were doing that, I was with you. Yeah? Because he would have enjoyed that as well. I've been given the name of Hazel as well. I don't know what Hazel fits. That's coming on this side. Nick's nodding. Yeah, that's right. And I'm also going over to Prick Willow for some unknown reason, that sort of way. Yeah. And this is a grandmother type lady. She was awesome, wasn't she? Yeah. I want to sort of come battling in like this, shove everybody out of the way, and this is my show, and it's like this. Yeah? This doesn't sound like that, does it? Okay. Well, that's the way she was. She said, I'll make no apologies for being like I was. He says, but I did ruffle a few feathers. She says, but I have learnt a little bit more compassion on this side of life. Yeah? Sorry, Nick. She's saying she's very proud of what he's achieved. Because when he first started out this, she thought he was a complete nutter. You know, thought he'd lost it. But she knows different now. This is her, not me. I do apologise. You know, I know I'm an absolute nutcase, but you know, she does say it as it was. Can I give you memory links of somebody liking the tea light at night because they're afraid of the dark? As a young child? Okay, so you understand why that fits. Okay. I can understand that with the, yeah. She just comes in and they both come in with lots and lots of love for you. You give the name of Terry as well for you. Yeah, you understand what Terry fits. Okay. I've got somebody in here singing now. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. So I've sent through them. Francis has come back in to get them all organised. He says, you know, just doing this, we're all right now. We'll keep an eye on you, you know. And he says, you know, it's been a struggle for you, but we'll get you through it, he says. And I've also got Dame of Jack for you as well. I've got to give you Jack, I don't know how that fits. And they're also taking me to the end of October, last week, 27th, something like that. Okay. And I've got to give you memory. Somebody like Nice biscuits? Yeah? Because they've said neat, I said nice, and they said Nice, so it's Nice biscuits. So you understand the ones who are saying, and they're laughing. But your dad liked a jammy dodger, didn't he? Yeah? Yeah, he's just telling me he liked a jammy dodger. And we've got them all here tonight, haven't we? Yeah? You're the jammy dodger, are you? Okay. You've passed his information before, haven't you? Yeah. Francis tells me he's active in your circle as well. very much so, yeah. He says, oh, he's making me laugh. He says, I now get to be everyone's worst nightmare.
Yes.
But he's done it in a very nice way, yeah. But he means it. He doesn't mean anybody any harm. That's just his sense of feeling. So God bless you. And thank you for working with me. Yeah, it's all about Mum. Right, where are we going now? Right, can I come to see the other young lady here? Yeah, I haven't got there yet. One at a time. Right, can I wait with this young lady here? Okay, right. I'm being made aware of a lady, very elegant. She's, again, quite short. She's just sort of height. But the one thing she's showing me is playing bowls. Yeah? She's very smartly dressed in a skirt and the top, as they would be at that time. And flat shoes. She's very pleased about your flat shoes. Yeah, you understand this? Yeah, very practical about flat shoes. I don't know if it's a motherly or grandmotherly type feel with this lady, but she's very much, you know, she's making me laugh. Because she's showing me somebody here coming back. I don't know if she's coming back from town or coming back from playing bowls. But she's got her feet in a bowl of water. Yeah? But it's typical. My mother used to do it, you know. But you understand this, yeah. I've also had the name of Jack called. I've got to give you Jack. They're also going into September. And that's a busy month, they tell me, September, because I've gone to the first week, the middle and the end. So there's all sorts on in that month. They're also going into November, and they're going round about Armistice Day, the 11th. They're going round about the 11th of November, Armistice Day. Yeah, because that's quite important as well. I do have a gentleman joining a lady. He has a military type bearing because he wants to make me stand up straight, do this. His shoes are shiny, they're brown, and he's very much an old-fashioned gentleman. And he's standing there and watching what's going on, and he's ultra reliable. Nick creeping around, you know. Ultra reliable, and very much he was like, he'd be there. Family was everything. Not sure of this gentleman, are you? I feel this is telling me he's on grandfather's generation. Yeah? Okay, he's on grandfather's generation, but it may not be grandfather. It's like to one side. So it's either a brother or brother-in-law on grandfather's generation. And they tell me on mum's side of the family. Okay, so, all right, so that's the military. All right, so we get there in the end, but he's not quite, yeah, okay, that's fine. They've got the name of John. I don't know where John fits, so I've got to give you John. Lady in the spirit realm used to do that as well. I'm not sure about that one. They're just showing me that. Right, is it you that needs your eyes tested again? Or you've just had them done? Okay, so, you know, they're just aware of what's going on around you. They're taking me down to the Essex coast, around the, you know, Clacton, around the South Road, that sort of area. Yeah, yeah. There's memory links. Yeah, they do come in with lots and lots of love for you. Yeah. This lady, I've got a lady coming. You can't beat a big cream cake, she says. That's your mum, is it? Oh yeah. God, we've got to have a proper cream cake. Oh, look at that, and there's me having my tea, you know. So take a love of mum. The family and granddad or whatever they are, they're all coming with lots and lots of love. Yeah? So God bless you and thank you for working with me. It's Nicholas. Right, can I come down here? Right? Oh, 15 minutes. Oh, wow, that's fine. I thought we had 5 minutes. That's 15 minutes, even better. Can I come and work with these folks here? I'm being drawn to this young lady first, but these are being drawn to that gentleman as well. But I've got to start with a lady. I do have a lady joining me. Again, I would say she's 2 generations back. Oh, it might be 3 actually. This is quite an awesome lady. She's sitting here like this with her arms crossed. And I don't think you want to upset because she's got a rolling pin in the right hand. She's quite yeah, and she says, And she's talking about the gentleman. She said, and if you get out of order, she said, I'll come and sort you out. Yeah? This is in jest, of course. Yeah? Because she is very much a family-oriented lady. She is telling me towards the end of her life, she didn't like, she hated not being independent. You don't understand any of this? Not yet. I'm not still with a lady there, am I? Right. If everybody can listen, because sometimes I do lose my way. I've got this lady here who was, towards the later end of her life, wasn't as mobile as she used to be. And she hated not being independent. But she weren't going to have a walking stick, and she weren't going to have a Zimmer frame. Oh, right, I'm still back with her, you see. Apologies. Yeah? You understand this? Yeah. Wow. She said, I got so cross with myself. Yeah, you understand it? Got so cross with myself. I weren't going to give in, she says. I weren't going to give in. She said, can you blame me? She was she was very dogged, you know. I'm going to do as best as I can for as long as I can. And she hated relying on other people. I absolutely hated relying on other people. I'm not sure if I switched to another lady. Do you understand the lady that used to read The Woman's Realm? Okay, so it's still the same lady. Okay, that's fine. And who used to like reading the horoscopes? Oh, right, so that is your mum and it is the horoscopes. Okay. You know, she said, I thought it was just a bit of fun, she says. I thought it was just a bit of fun. She says, but actually, she couldn't say too much because sometimes she had this thing called women's intuition. You perhaps know things or hear things, and so are you, she tells me. Yeah, you're very much like that. But it's actually our connection to the spirit world, which you now know, which she wasn't sure and didn't particularly want to know. Yeah, you understand that. Also, I had the name of Joe called as well, so I've got to give you Joe as well. You're not sure of Joe? No, Joe is about. I'm about to move again. Yeah, I'm about to move again. So God bless you, and thank you for waiting me. Where am I going? I'll try and get back home in a minute. Can I come to the lady that's sitting behind us? Can I work with you, please, darling? Okay. Right. I'm being made aware of a gentleman that's coming in beside you. Again, it's a gentleman. He's not of large build. He's probably sort of like 5'6", and he's probably my sort of build. Again, it feels more fatherly, more grandfatherly type figure. He's come. The second gentleman joining. The second gentleman joining is more of 2 generations back because they often were dressed in. He's showing me the old-fashioned suit and braces, and his braces are done not with buckles. I've got like buttons on the braces. That's the grandfather type figure. But there's also a gentleman with him who is a generation before. Okay. I can see these, I think it's the other gentleman, working out on the land. They're showing me with a fork in his hand. So he's forking bales of hay. He's also sort of sorting out sort of horse manure and all sorts of things like this. So, but I do want to, I want these people to, like, they would have grown fresh veg for the family. Yeah. And this is what they were doing. And he's saying, you can't beat the taste of fresh grown veg. Yeah. And he says, this is something that you love as well. Yeah. And you understand this? Okay. He's telling me the last 2 days have been challenging for you. emotionally challenging, he says. You've been mulling something over in your mind. Yeah? Not serious, but it's something that's been bothering you. And also, of course, you're very sensitive, they tell me, because it's also, you felt it here in your solar plexus in your stomach. It's unsettled you a little bit. Yeah? And he's just saying, we are aware. We are aware. But they're saying, it will all come right in the end. Yeah? It will all come right in the end. But one of these gentlemen certainly didn't like doctors' hospitals. Yeah? Certainly didn't like doctors, certainly didn't like hospitals. Keep away from them, he says. The one gentleman is very, very sick. We don't go to hospital. They go to hospital to die. I'm not going there, he says. Yeah, this is very much the way this gentleman was. Yeah, I've got the name of Tony called. I don't know why Tony fits. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And again, they're taking me into the first week in September as well, around about the 6th or 7th, birthday passing anniversary. Yeah, okay. They're also coming again into August this time, but right at the start of the month, in that first week, around about the 3rd or 4th. All right. I've got to give you memory links of one of these two gentlemen. They're showing me playing checkers, laughs. But I've also got one gentleman who tried to either play chess or tried to play chess, but didn't. I'm not sure about that, but you understand the checkers? Yeah, the old one, okay. But they're just coming in with these memory links, yeah? They're telling me you know that they're around you, yeah? And they says, and they're also saying, trust your gut feeling, because we won't guide you wrong, yeah? Trust your gut feeling, we won't guide you wrong, yeah? I do have a lady coming in as well, motherly type feel. She's coming to give you a kiss on the cheek here, and you wouldn't get away from this lady without kissing her on the cheek either. Yeah, and she's just coming to say, you know, tonight I've let them loose. She says, yeah, I've let them loose tonight. She says, but I'm keeping an eye on them. Yeah, so she's just stepped back. So God bless you and thank you for working with me. Yeah, where am I going next? I've got to move along to the young lady in the middle. And then we'll try and get back down here as well. Can I vote with you, please, Dan? Okay. Okay. They're telling me you're starting to open up to spirit. Very much so. You're going to have a very, very good connection to spirit. They're telling me you have the potential to be a very good, caring, wonderful medium and healer. You have that potential. Yeah? And they want to encourage you on your journey. You sometimes know things, you sometimes see things. And I also want to put angels around you. You have a great interest in angels. Yeah? And also, it's almost if you had a curiosity at one time, if not now, with the tarot as well. Yeah, you understand? Okay. So they know it's part of your development. They're saying, in a way, it's the tarot is like an aid to you, it's like a crutch. You're used to that. But there'll be a time when you won't need to use that. But it's like a comfort blanket. Yeah? Okay. And it's like, if you haven't already, the first time you gave like a reading to somebody, you like surprised yourself. You're going to if you haven't. You're surprised with what you come out with and what you say. It may be in circle, maybe in training when you just turn a few cards over with a friend, but it's coming. When I walked through these doors many years ago, they said, "Oh, you're going to be doing this." Yeah, so watch out. I know you've put the fault out. You'd like to. Yeah. Well, they hear. Once they hear that, that's it. It's a lost cause. They've got you, but only with your free will if you want to do it. Yeah. It's a wonderful journey you're about to embark on. Yeah. You have some very good teachers around you to keep your feet on the ground. I'm going to say Father Nick, but it's not like that. But Mr. Nick. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Nick. As long as he's not Mr. Nick. Yeah. Yeah. Don't remember him, do you? Comedian. Yeah, yeah. I want to encourage you on your journey. Yeah. I've got a little spirit child around you as well. A little spirit child, little girl. This is a guide. Yeah. This is a guide. Very wise old soul who's eyeing up potential mediums. And you may become aware of her in circle. So keep an eye out for her. But she's a very old soul, but she shows herself as a small child. And she's showing me now herself dressed in like Victorian type clothing. Yeah. Something like that, or the railway children that you'd get, that sort of dress. But she is actually quite an old, wise soul. So keep an eye out for her. Yeah. So God bless you and thank you for working with me. We'll work for another 5 minutes. I will endeavour to get back to these two people here. Right. It doesn't always work like that. Right. I've got to try. I do have a gentleman here, and he's coming to this gentleman there. And the one thing about this gentleman I've got to say, and I'm not sure it's with him or with you, is that he's bringing in a toasted cheese sandwich. Not with you. Got this huge, great doorstep of a toasted cheese sandwich. You don't understand that? Not with you. It's going to be that sort of night, and it's not still with you. I've got a gentleman who's somebody lives out of a toasted sandwich, out of a sandwich maker. Making me aware, somebody that lives out of a sandwich maker. Okay, so I'm still not aware. Apologies. It's they do it like this to me at times. So I'm like, they're telling me off to tell them it's my own fault. So it probably is, but there we go. But you understand this a bit. What is that? Right, I have a lady joining who's definitely 2 or 3 generations back. But you have very similar faces, so I think this is a family member. You spend all your time looking after everybody else and not enough time looking after yourself. Yeah, you understand this? Yeah, this is their opinion. I mean, I don't know. I mean, mums and that sort of thing always put everybody before themselves, don't they? Yeah. I don't know why. They've taken me down to Jersey. Keep an eye out for it. I'll tell you what they're showing me. They're showing me Jersey new potatoes. Jersey new potatoes, in particular, roast lamb, fresh peas. It's just what you want when you add tea, isn't it? But this is what they're showing me. They're giving me. This lady wants to feed you. Yeah, she said, you don't look after herself. Are you the yogurt lady? Yeah, she's showing me you sort of like, oh, I'll have a yogurt, I'll just eat that. And that will do, I'll have a yogurt and a banana or yogurt, yeah? Yeah, it's a bit like that. She don't cook properly, she says, But this is from a lady from a generation who would have cooked for the family and would have cooked a big meal. But of course, nowadays, it's the thing that Nick and I we talked about earlier, it's like, Nick mentioned in his address, like now it's 2 salaries are needed in a house. All the time, this lady's generation, it wasn't like that. I'll give you the name of Mike as well. Michael, down here. Okay, that's fine. I've got a gentleman here. This is a gentleman going. He would have. Oh, right, okay. This gentleman either had a very damaged right leg or lost the leg below his knee. This is a gentleman going back 2 generations. Yeah, you understand this because he's showing me on an old-fashioned crutch, a wooden crutch. and like the arm has got like cloth wrapped around it to make it come. Yeah, and this is, you understand who that is. Okay, he just popped in very, very quickly. I've got to give you John as well. It's a common name, but I've got John. All right, just hang on to it. I know that's coming very quick. If you understand the man with the crutch from then I know you understand it. I've got to give you Bill or William as well. We're going back in the family. And all right, so what they want you to do, they want to encourage you to read. Read. Yeah, and they're talking about books on philosophy, this way of life, this sort of thing. Yeah, they want to broaden your horizon. Yeah, and that's what they want to do. Okay, well that's what it is. But there's a gentleman here. I think it's a gentleman on the crutch, and he's talking about the Bible, because he says, and I think from that generation they would have been brought up more in a Christian environment, perhaps that we are now. And he's just saying, enter all what you read in the Bible. He says, keep an open mind. Some of it is, and some of it isn't. But be respectful of other people's views. I can only tell you what he's saying. Yeah. If in doubt, ask Nick. That's what we're saying. If in doubt, ask Nick. And he's a cheeky chappy, actually. There's this person here. He's making me laugh. He's telling me circles are hilarious. And he's telling me on that side of life, because he's obviously somebody who comes in the Alps with the circles. He says, by the time they're finished, they're laughing their socks off. So, I don't know what you get up to in circle, but if anything like the circles over here, it's hilarious. Circles are meant to be fun and serious as well. You've got a wonderful future ahead of you if you choose to go down that path. Yeah? So God bless you and thank you for working with me. Apologies to those I haven't got round, and for those I've tried to get to and ain't quite worked. It's like that sometimes. If you hadn't brought your friends and relatives with you, I'd be making a tea hours ago. So God bless you and thank you very much. That worked, didn't it?
Myself back in, I got carried away. Thank you, Greg, for a wonderful evening. And I just want to back up. So whenever we get a message, I can't help myself because it's like sharing the perspective of the evidence. You gave the 27th of October to Mother.
Yes, yeah.
My birthday's the 28th.
Ah, all right.
So you were one day out.
That's all right.
And what did I always used to say? You can be one day either way.
Well,
that was the rule, Dad, so you got it.
Oh, well,
I would also like to add, you brought Dad's grandmother through, mentioning the bit where you mentioned me.
All right, yeah.
But before that, you said, I want to go over to Prickwillow, and he's bringing in a woman that's a grandmother figure. Well, when I first started doing this, and this is a bit of a story to explain just how evidential that was. When I started doing this, I was sent up to Bridlington to ordain a minister on behalf of the organisation I was a part of. Bridlington's a long way away from here, especially for someone who's never really left the village much. We got up there and Dad drove, bless him. Got obsessed with watching the red arrows doing a flyby on the way. We got up there, we had a fish and chips. Of course you're going to have fish and chips down by the beach when you go to Bridlington. Walked in, and there was this little lady sitting who was a member of that church. She was in her 90s. And she looked at me and said, "You've got a familiar face." And I said, "Well, I very much doubt that. I'm from a long way away." Dad walked in and she said, "Now, you two are together. You've got even more of a familiar face." Are you any relation to Annie Brown from Prickwillow? Yes, he says, that's my grandmother.
There we go.
And she was notorious. When I was born, she passed away about 6 months before, even though I spent half of my childhood talking to her in my grandmother's living room. Another story for another day. But before I was born, when she passed, she had, wait for it, 145 living descendants.
Wow.
And she lost quite a few during the war. You see, the thing about Prickwillow, back in before the 1970s, not a lot electric, not a lot of telly, not much signal. They kept themselves busy, certainly in my family. But yes, 145. I would have been 146 if she'd have hung on 6 months. Living descendants. But yes, so 28th of October is my birthday, and his grandmother was from Prickwillow.
Oh, there we
So
go.
well done. And ladies and gentlemen, our medium for tonight, Greg Pettit. Whenever we get a message, I like to share a little bit of that insight in terms of what the evidence actually means, because it's so significant. Well, yeah, this is the thing. She's going to wind my sister up now, right? Because I'm saying this publicly online for my sister to hear out loud in front of everyone. My sister is 9 years older than me. She's also very annoyed because even though she's 9 years older than me, my birthday is 3 days before hers. It gets better. Her birthday's the 31st of October. I didn't take advantage of that as a child very often at all, did I? But bless her heart, you're not really a witch, my darling, any more than I am. Oh, wait, never mind. I was trying to be polite. Friends, thank you to Greg, and thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful evening. A reminder, of course, that we do have the raffle. There is cucumber sandwiches, there are corned beef sandwiches, and there are coconut and cherry scones for afters. So there's plenty of nibbling and plenty of supping and plenty of winning to be done. And I'm so glad that I put my teeth in to say that one. We are, of course, back next week with the lovely Linda Rose. Please continue to send your healing thoughts. Still burning. Please continue to send your healing thoughts to all those that were not only mentioned tonight, in particular, of course, our darling Reverend Charianne, all the way over in France, bless her heart. She thought she had tonsillitis. It's a little bit more than that, but she's in bed. The whole family's got it, and poor Yogi the dog has been running around nursemaiding them both. So send some healing to Yogi as well, please, because Yogi's going to be quite busy. But to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, please keep those thoughts going through. And to close this evening, of course, we always send out our thoughts in prayer. So may I ask our medium to close this evening in prayer?
Of course. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you just want to join me in a closing prayer. Heavenly Father, a prayer of thanks for the wonderful messages from our friends and family in the world of spirit. A prayer that the wonderful love that's enabled this to happen be sent out around the world as healing thoughts to those on beds of sickness, to those in the absent healing book of this church and others, to those who are about to take a transition to Mother Earth, to the peacemakers of this world. And I ask, Great Spirit, should a little that wonderful love be left over, that it may be divided up and sent home with each and every family represented here this evening. And I ask that you guide and keep us all safe until we meet again. Amen.
Amen. Friends, thank you all. Thank you, of course, to Greg. Big thank you to Greg Pettit. Keep going for the healers. Thank you to Tony, to Eunice, of course to Mumsy. I feel like I've jumped over into the Crystal Dome now. Mumsy. Shave me head quick. And thank you to all of you. Thank you for those providing food. Thank you for being here. And thank you for making it all worthwhile. We are now going to have a raffle, so roll up, get your tickets ready. We're then going to have some nibbles. So, from all of us here, you know the drill by now, to everyone out there, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Bye. And God bless you all. See you soon, and sorry for embarrassing you, sis.